Hey guys, welcome back to my vegan kitchen. This is about to become my family's favorite recipe. The world's okayest drunken noodles. There are so many people claiming on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok to have best drunken noodles. Well, I'm going to aim a little bit lower and say the okayest drunken noodles. It's not authentic. It's made for regular people like me who may not have an Asian store near me where I can get vegan oyster sauce or things like that. This is going to be like all of the deliciousness of vegan drunken noodles without all of the ordering specialty products from Amazon and the Asian store. So I also like mine chock full of vegetables because I believe in volumetrics. Fill up on the vegetables and have a little bit of the bad stuff, which is the noodles, because those are higher in calories. So mine is chock full of vegetables. As you can see, I've got mushrooms and onions and pepper and broccoli and baby corn and also some scallions, garlic. It is going to be chock full of fresh goodness, except for the canned corn. Alright, so the first thing that we need to do is prepare our tofu. So I have a block of tofu here that I had sitting in this bowl for a couple of hours. And you don't need to buy one of those expensive tofu presses. All you need to do is let it stand on its side like this, and most of the water will come out. So then you just get rid of that part. And then you take a clean dish towel and you can just sponge off whatever excess water is hanging around there. My dog is digging a hole to China right now, right through the earth. Can you hear? I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but it's serious. Alright, so we're going to marinate this for a little bit of flavor. Just a little bit, because there's going to be a lot of flavors going on here. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take this nice dish over here, and we're going to put a little bit of sriracha in here. Yes, I'm not following the recipe with the serrano peppers and all that kind of stuff. It's okay. It's not best. So we're just going to put in a little bit of sriracha. I'm not going to measure it, but you're going to have the exact measurements in the info box below. We're putting in some soy sauce, and we're also going to put in some beautiful lime juice from Sicily. Oh my gosh. What an international dish. So we're just going to give that a zhuzh. And then we're going to lay our tofu in there. So I like to do things the easy way, and I like to cut my tofu into slabs, and then later on, after it is cooked, well, this dish wasn't big enough, was it? We're going to have to play swapsies here and just, you know how we do. Just get it coated, because this is only going to sit for about 30 minutes. Alright, that's good enough. So we're just going to put this over here. I've already prepared all of my vegetables. Didn't take very long. I just cut them up. That's very important to do because when you're stir frying, you don't have a chance to like cut things up while things are cooking. Everything's got to go in pretty much at once. Now let's just talk about the noodles. You're supposed to use rice noodles. You don't have to. I am today, but I'm not using the wide ones. My store only had the okay linguine ones. I didn't have the best, you know, fresh, wide ones. So that's why it's okay. So we're going to take this and we're going to put this in a flat bottom pan over here. And we're going to boil our filtered water.
As Lucy drinks.
You gotta drink in this house.
She's on camera.
Everyone is so well hydrated. So I'm going to turn on my kettle over here and boil my water. But we're basically just going to pour the boiled water over this and let it sit until the noodles become soft, just like in Zoolander 2. Alright, we're ready to make things happen now. The water has just boiled. So first of all, we're going to pour that over, oops.
Over our feet.
Over our noodles. Make sure you cover them all. I mean, if you don't have these rice noodles, yes, have a drink, dog. Not the hot water, the cold water. However the package says to make the noodles, that's how you do it for the noodles that you have. So if you don't have these type of noodles, don't do this. Alright, the tofu's ready to go in the oven. It's soaked up all the juice here, so we're just going to put it on our Silpat. I've got my oven preheating to 375 degrees convection because it's like a little, you know, air fryer toaster. So I'm just going to pour the remaining marinade on top of the tofu. We're going to slip this into the oven for 30 minutes. Wave goodbye. See you in 3-0. Now we're going to make our sauce in this bowl because we're going to need it, you know, handsy to pour over the stuff. So the first thing we're going to put in is the soy sauce. I don't have the fancy soy sauces. I don't have the dark soy. I got regular old Keeks. So that's going in. If you've got amino acids, great. That'll work too. But this is plain old soy sauce. So we're doing half a cup. This is a very big recipe. This is supposed to serve a whole family of hungry eaters like mine. So if you want to half it, great. It'll work. Then we're also, since I don't have the fancy sauces, I'm going to substitute some Hoisin sauce. I'm going to put some of that in. That's going to give some of that flavor because it's sweet. So we're going to do that. Whoops. We're also going to throw in some sriracha. If you don't want it too spicy, don't put a lot of sriracha in. I'm only doing half of what I'm recommending in the ingredients because my family does not like spicy foods. And then, yes, I took a shortcut. My husband couldn't find the ginger at the store. So I'm using this jar of ginger, which is just as good. It's okay, wouldn't you say? And we're also going to throw in some of this rice vinegar. It's seasoned, but you don't have to use the seasoned one. You could just use regular rice vinegar. It's just going to give it a little acid. Alright, so we're going to give that a stir, and we're going to set it aside. And when the tofu gets about halfway done, we're going to start our stir fry. Oh, welcome back. I just flipped over the tofu. It was halfway done. So now we're going to start our stir fry. So we're going to come over to the stove. And I got my big pot here. And I'm putting it on fairly hot. It's above medium. It's halfway in between medium and high. And that is a very fast burner. So we're going to cook hot because that's what we want. We want that char on the veggies and on the tofu. So I'm putting in like 2 tablespoons of oil. Obviously, if you're oil free or low oil, you could saute it in water, but I like my oil. So as soon as this gets hot, we're going to start putting all of our veggies in except for the corn and the scallions. And hiding under the scallions here is also some basil from the garden. Again, if this was the best Drunken Noodles, I would have some Thai basil, which has like a little bit of a licorice flavor, but I have regular old Italian basil from my garden, which is just okay, and that's what we're going for today, so it's gonna work. So this looks feels good. We got some portobello mushrooms that I tore up, some Vidalia onion. Going to cook this for a minute or two, and then we're going to add in our broccoli and peppers. Alright, we're ready for the next step, and that is the peppers and the broccoli. This is going to take a little bit longer because the broccoli is very fibrous, and that takes a little bit longer to cook. A lot of people start with the garlic, but I find that the garlic is very easy to overcook, especially at these high temperatures. And when you overcook garlic, it tends to taste really bitter. So I usually leave my garlic until closer to the end. But we'll give these a couple minutes and then garlic's going in. All right, now we're ready for the next step, which is this giant vat of garlic. All right, that would qualify as best. That's not just okay. But when you average everything out, it's still just going to be okay. And we're also going to throw in the baby corn. So I guess we'll be doing some singing tonight. Because the little nubs on the baby corn, everybody knows that that is what massages your vocal cords before performance. Right, Kimmy Schmidt? Alright, so I think we could probably add our noodles in now. You can see they're quite soft. They're still going to need to be stir-fried a little bit. I would just, obviously don't add the water, but ooh, that's hot, isn't it? It's burning my hand a little bit. I'm going to get out my spaghetti for it. After you add the sauce, which is what we're going to do after we get all the noodles in, if you find that it's still too dry, don't throw out your water here because that's nice. It's got a lot of starch in it, and it's going to help thicken your sauce up a little bit too, as opposed to adding just like regular water without the starch in there. So you know what that means. Sauce is going in. Oh yeah. Make sure you scrape out every bit of it. Gotta get to work. Get this stirred up. Alright, once your noodles are tender, obviously taste one. I just did. It's all the way cooked through. You don't want any hard noodles because that wouldn't taste very good. And you're ready to shut off the pan. And once you shut off the pan, then you can add your scallions and basil. Whoops, there's one for the garbage on the floor. And you just give that a stir. The tofu just came out of the oven. So it's on the cutting board, waiting to be sliced up. I'm gonna do cubes. It's quite hot. I don't want to touch it because I don't want to burn myself. I neglected to mention before that you could also pan fry this if you wanted to. But I had pan fried the last time and I didn't want the whole house to smell like burnt oil, so I just decided to put it in the toaster oven this time.
Thank you.
So once this gets chopped up, you can just throw it in there, give it a stir, and we'll plate it up. Alright, there it is, all plated up in all of its okay glory. Let's see what my husband thinks. He does not like spicy foods, and this is not spicy. Get a little bit of everything there.
Good cross sampling here.
Yeah.
Come on, noodles.
I think it would be way better with the wider noodles, but
Didn't have.
it's just okay. It's very hot. I already warned him. Is it nice? Mm-hmm. I see the heavens are about to open up outside, and the so an arm is going to come down and reach down and take this away up to heaven.
It's
I love how he just totally ignored how ridiculous that was.
Yeah. I mean, you can taste the basil.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is it nice?
I might have gone with a touch less basil.
Okay.
But yeah, it's good.
Well, I guess that's why we're just okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And we'll be in fine voice tonight.
Yes, you will, with all those baby corn.
Yep. Feel them at work already. If you haven't seen that on Kimmy Schmidt,
you should watch it. Guys, I hope you enjoy this recipe. I hope you give it a shot because it's really good and it came together really quickly. Yeah, if you weren't interested in all of the vegetables and just did the noodles, it will come together even quicker. Because, you know, This is supposed to be like, if you're drunk, this is what you would put together. Right? Because there's no alcohol in it, so.
If you're drunk, I highly doubt you're going to be cooking, but...
If you're drunk, stay away from the stove. You're going to hurt yourself. Yeah, exactly. They even have the vegan stuff now at White Castle. So go for it. Let me know if you make this recipe. Smash the like button and the subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. You're not going to hurt yourself. So give it a shot. And yeah, he can't stop eating it now. Well, it is dinner time too. And until next time.
Much love.